Good afternoon, morning. Welcome to 2024. Hope you guys are staying safe, keeping well. You've had a good festive season and you're feeling re-energized and ready to go back to work. We hope. It might not be the default for all of you, but hey, for those of you who are chipper and looking for some good software recommendations, this might just be the video for you, because I'm going to be giving you the very best ways to go about installing your software with an exceptionally cool tool called Ninite. If you haven't heard about it before, it's very, very, very cool. I'm going to be showing you my choice for browsers, for safe and secure browsing, and then an amazing little piece of software called Radmin VPN, which allows you to set up private LAN-like networks that emulate a LAN on a VPN on a completely free basis that you can set up with and play old LAN games with your mates. Starting off with browser, I by far suggest Opera GX over here for general browsing and stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. What makes it absolutely special is the fact that you've got this amazing sidebar where you can, for instance, pull up your Twitch immediately and then just click one button and go straight onto that Twitch channel. Beyond that, it's got a built-in cleaner as well, so you can go in and clean out all of your old data and cache and other issues that you might be facing on websites. It's literally one click away. You can clean out your cookies as well as your tabs and other browsing history and information, and literally at one click of a button. Literally that difficult. It's an absolutely fantastic browser. It works a lot like Chrome, but Chrome Plus, and in general I found that this is pretty much the best browser amongst the bunch. Now, for safe and secure browsing, if you're going to be doing some financial transactions and you really don't want to have any tracking data or cookies and stuff following you as you go along the internet, then I'm going to suggest Brave browser to you. It's also got a built-in connection with Tor, so if you need to do some VPN stuff to hide your location, then you're going to be able to do that absolutely no problems. It's got private windows. It's basically a Chromium Plus, just with a lot of the tracking and stuff removed. Now, when we have a fresh machine and we need to install all of the little applications and stuff that we're going to use, generally it can be quite time consuming unless you know about this fantastic little tool called Ninite. Ninite is exceptional. I use it on pretty much every machine that I take out of box to get the encoders and other sort of apps and stuff for media playback, etc. that I'm going to need. It's not just limited to that. It's got web browsers as well. The only one from this list I do is Firefox. I'm waiting for them to add Opera GX. I don't know why they don't have Opera GX. I only have the standard Opera, but you can update your Firefox. Obviously, for those that are torrenting, naughty boys, WinRAR over there. You can even do your Steam over here. We of course need Discord. From the media list, I generally suggest that you go for VLC and K-Lite. That will get most of the encoders that you're going to need, and generally between the two you'll be able to play pretty much any media file back over there. Imaging and stuff, it's going to depend on what you're using. If you're using Blender or GIMP Viewer or whatever the case is, it does still have it over here. .NET and this sort of stuff, your Windows will update automatically. Don't generally need to worry about it. Foxit Reader is very good for PDFs. I much prefer it to the Adobe Acrobat and stuff. It's like that, but plus. It's similar to what I showed you with Opera GX. Like, it's just a Chrome Plus. Like, it's a Adobe Acrobat Reader Plus sort of style. You've obviously got your OneDrive and your Dropbox and your Google Drive over here. You don't really need any security stuff. Honestly, the Windows Defender will pretty much take care of everything that you need in general. You can, if anything, I don't know, throw in a malware bots or something like that. But in general, the Microsoft Essentials, which come pre-installed with your Windows 10 and 11, are going to be absolutely perfect. And then there's a couple other little utilities you might want to have a look at over here, like CCleaner and TeamViewer. I'm surprised AnyDesk isn't actually on this list yet. They need to add that as well. But once you've selected your apps, you just click get your Ninite, and a little app will then download wherever you need it to. For instance, I'll just save it over here to my downloads. There we go. And once I double click on it, this little application will do the installation completely for you. You can show details over here, and it will check automatically and see if you've got the correct stuff up to date. I didn't have, for instance, as you can see, my K-Lite codecs and needed to be updated. Installed version is newer for Discord, and Foxit Reader is up to date, but it will go line by line and show you downloading and installing and just do all of those applications for you automatically. Now, the next little piece of software I'm going to show you is one of the coolest things, especially for those people who like to do retro gaming on games that don't have local servers and stuff anymore, or international even servers where you can't play, like Warcraft 3 and an old Battle.net server, for instance. It just doesn't generally exist anymore. And so if you're going to want to do that with pretty much all of your old games, then this is going to work with it. It's a completely free download. It's extremely small as well. I think the whole program is what, 20 megs over there, as you saw. It's a double click basic install, and then when you get inside of the application, you, like I said, you can set up your own little VPN with your own username and password and stuff assigned to it. As you can see over here, I've already kind of got it installed, so it's busy registering and connecting. And now if I go create network, it's literally as simple as a network name and password and confirmation of the password. So we'll just call it test T3 and 12345 or 12345 as an example. Okay, the password's got to be a bit more than that. So we'll just double up. It's going to be lazy, bro. I mean, let's be real. We just want to create a test network just like that. Oh, of course, it's already been taken. Just like that. Boom. And there we go. And now I have my own little network. And then any of the other PCs and stuff that join will be listed in there. And you can see who's online by their PC name. And if you guys can then connect and play games through the little Radmin VPN. Another great little tool for cleaning up your PC if you've got an existing installation is CCleaner. It can manage even your startup programs. It cleans out your registry as well, and it cleans out all of your temporary files and other issues. You come over to this page over here, you go free download, and then it should just prompt you for the file installation, as it's doing over here. Once installed and you've gone through the bloatware, it's going to try and sell you some Avast and stuff. It is now owned by Google, but it's still a very, very good system. You don't really, a health check, I wouldn't really worry about. This is where it's very, very useful. If you just go to this and you leave the defaults over here and you go run cleaner, it will say, it'll give you this warning. You just say continue. We're going to have to Edge Chromium. Yes, it's still open. Okay, so let me just close it. There we go. It will warn you for any of those browsers. I'm actually glad that that prompt came up. And then it's going to delete all of the temporary files that are on your system. Once again, it's like an extreme cache cleaner. And you can see it cleaned out 2 gigs worth of system files and stuff from my PC. I mean, the internet cache on Opera was sitting at a gig by itself. So even with that cleaner on Opera being as good as it is and stuff with its own internal one, this is just significantly better. So you're going to want to run this, let's say, once a month. You can leave it installed. It does have an auto run of itself that can be a little bit irritating, but you can sort that out over here. So you've got an uninstaller, which is really nice. And sometimes some of the apps that you would, for instance, have on your machine that aren't actually reporting in your programs and features will be listed over here. But the really nice one, honestly, for me, is this startup application scanner, and it'll scan all of these services that are busy starting up with your machine, and then you can manage them from here. So for instance, the CCleaner Smart Cleaning, I can just one click disable it over there, which is a really, really nice add-on to have. The other really nice one is the registry cleaner. It can scan for issues and then clean up your registry. And often when you have problems with programs, you need to clean your registry before they'll reinstall correctly. It specifically happens quite a lot with Microsoft Office. So you say review selected, you don't really need to do any backups. It's generally pretty good, and it will do one run, and then I suggest you do a second one, because it often picks up files on the second run again that haven't been done correctly, and you can see it's 1/10 of what it was before. So fix those selected issues, and there you go. And now you're going to have a nice clean running and registry problem-free PC. I've also done a video for how to generally increase the overall performance of your machine, which I'll pop out over here for you, and that should be your best software to go for in 2024. If you have enjoyed this video, please hit us up with a like and subscribe. We'll be back next week with the new specials which should be launching, and I'll do a full buyer's guide on those. Until then, hope you guys stay safe, keep well, and I will see you on the flip side.